Hey guys, this is your next exercise for this week, and this is just to start you guys to feel the relationship between the hip hinge and running. So it's going to be done in a lunge, and I'm just going to want you to start to think about getting the muscle up at the top of the hip, that hip socket, stronger, because it needs to get stronger. The stronger it is, the faster it will start to bring that trail leg through. The quicker you can trigger the trail leg to come through, the faster you're going to run. And you're not going to get any injuries because you'll be going faster with lighter feet. So I'm going to show this one and talk you through kind of the big things to think about. So if I cut off my head in the video, it's no big deal, you know what I look like. So it's the feet that I want you to see and the hips that I really want you to see. So we'll see how it goes. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get into a nice stance. And I'm going to roll up the pant legs. So you can see the feet, very important. Our setup for all of these really is big toes together, heels slightly apart. If you have a leg that you know that likes to turn out more than the other, so if you know you do this a lot, that's the one that's going to be less resistant to turning in. So you just need to then look at the heels and make sure that the heels are even. If not, what you'll see is one is out more than the other, so you just want them to be even. Then once you're there with that, just push back, just like we've been playing with this hip hinge here. You can push back on the hip pockets. You're going to feel yourself go back into your heels. That's what I want. You can also just think drop the pubic bone down. Eventually, your thought process when you're running is going to be drop my pubic bone and everything will start to click in for you. You won't have to think about all of this other things, but you have to get the feeling first. So I'm going to turn to the side. So again, big toes together, heels apart. We're going to step back. I'm going to step back with my right leg so you can see what happens on this hip. And as you step back, if you lost your midline, you're just going to move the leg over a little bit. So what that means is once it gets back there, it should still be in this position. Most of us, it travels to the outside. So you may just want to deliberately bring it into the midline. Inner thigh should touch. You should feel your inner thighs touching. Now the back foot is just going to be what we're using to facilitate what we're feeling. When you're running, do not think push off with my back foot. I don't want that in there either, but I have to come up with a way for you to feel the muscles working. So we're just using the back foot as a way to facilitate that movement. You're going to take your hand, it's going to be your left hand, it's going to bring it up here on the top of this hip pocket, and just see already just here, you should feel this muscle tone. Once you have that tone, drop your pubic bone down, and you might need to manually just drop it down, and the tone should increase. If it doesn't, you may need to take your fingers and push that hip pocket back a little bit. That will do the same thing, but again, when you're running, eventually the thought process will just be drop my pubic bone, and the whole thing will just kind of shift into gear. So I'm going to use the back leg to just facilitate a movement pattern. I don't want you to run by pushing off. You're going to come up. When you go back down, you're going to feel increased tone underneath your fingers on this left leg, right in that hip pocket. If not, when you come up and go back, when you go back, think drop my pubic bone down and see if you can feel that increase of tone. Inner thighs should be working pretty good too. You're probably even going to feel some hamstrings because we're in this position. So play with that a few times. And again, what I'm wanting is that you start to get a sense that this is your wheel when you're running, that you can facilitate that spin up here at the top, and you're going to go a lot faster. So play with it a few times, see what you think. I'll find out some other ways to kind of demonstrate so that you can feel what's happening in that hip pocket. And this is also just a really great exercise to be able to strengthen this area in a way that us runners use. So give it a whirl, see what you think, and let me know. And have a great day.